everyone, my name is Robs, and you guys guessed it from the title, I'll be sharing my tips and tricks on how to land your dream internship. So to give you guys a brief background, I've interned in 6 awesome companies, one of which was Shopee, Mondelez, Del Monte, and Canva, and I was able to have a great time and I learned so much. So I hope that you guys take my advice with a grain of salt, and I can't speak on behalf of TA advisors, talent acquisition managers, or hiring managers. So I'll be speaking based on my experiences and what worked for me. So let's get on with the video. So my first tip for you guys is to join organizations because everyone wants a well-rounded person. Someone who can balance their studies and their organization life. So when I was a freshman in college, I actually joined 3 organizations. One of them was a socio-political party, the second one was a junior marketing association, and the third one was my student government. I was able to build my leadership skills by leading a batch of 800. From there, I was able to build connections, make friends, and really learn skills that I wouldn't have learned in a classroom. So joining organizations is a great way to hone and develop your skills as an individual. Not to mention, I also learned how to effectively manage my time as a student and a leader. I also have to admit that having an organization gives you a reason to go to school kasi you are surrounded by like-minded individuals who have the same passions and interests as you. So my second tip for you guys is to build connections and make friends during college. So I'm really grateful because I was able to maximize my org experience by making friends with people from the upper batch. So they're the ones I can actually reach out to if I need any help or mentorship. I also have to admit that in the companies that I've interned in, I actually knew someone from the upper batch and they gave me substantial advice. And it is also important to have a good lasting impression and a good work ethic because they might actually have a power over your application and they might actually say something to the recruiter. Moving on to my third tip, it is really important to build your LinkedIn profile as early as possible. So if you didn't know, LinkedIn is like a profile for your professional experience. It is also a great way for you to connect with people in the same industry as you. Having an active and well put together LinkedIn profile will significantly increase the chances of your discovery by various companies looking to hire people based on your skills and experiences. So now I'll be revealing one of my secrets and tips. So I was able to land an internship in an FMCG because I connected with a recruiter via LinkedIn and I also sent them a message. So this is what I actually sent. So by showing that you're interested in their opportunities, it makes you stand out because they actually receive so much emails in a day. And they don't really get LinkedIn messages. So that's how I was able to stand out. I actually got this advice from a talent acquisition advisor from the previous company that I worked in. So my fourth tip for you guys is to diversify your experience. Throughout college, I tried my best to really go beyond the borders of DLSU. With this, I was able to take the opportunity to go to New York and go to a student exchange program for a short period of time. So if you have the resources and capabilities to do so, then I highly encourage you to take it. Another avenue that you can look into is volunteering. So there are a lot of organizations around the Philippines looking for help from students. Based on my experience, I volunteered in Save Philippine Seas, an environmental organization that focuses on marine conservation. Not to mention, I founded a social enterprise with my friends called the Amigo Coffee that focuses on harvesting sustainability. So from there, recruiters can see that you have a lot of experiences, not just within your organizations, but also outside your school, and they'll be able to see how well-rounded you are as a person. My next tip for you guys is to have a straightforward resume. So I'll be showing my resume right here. And yeah, so I follow the standard format of a resume in one page, and it's pretty straightforward and simple. I didn't include my picture, I just included my experiences and what I've contributed to the company or organization. My next tip for you guys is to practice for your interview and do a thorough research about the company that you're interviewing for. So every time I get an invitation to an interview, I always make sure to practice the night before with a friend and also research about their company, their history, and their products. It also helps to have an answer for basic questions like, tell me about yourself, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what do you do during your spare time, so you don't have to think anymore. So during your interview, it is also important to show your personality and at the same time maintain professionalism. It is also important to ask questions to the recruiter because it will show how interested you are in the job or in the internship. And one of the things that I ask talaga is, what is their work-life balance situation? What time do they report to from work? And if they message during weekends or report during weekends. And I think this is an important factor because it's really important to work in a company that respects your personal time and space. And my last and most important tip is to not pressure yourself and take things day by day. I've actually had my fair share of rejections then from companies, and I made sure that I should come back stronger, I should improve myself, and I did not take these rejections into heart. You really have to know that the competition here is really intense. It's basically survival of the fittest. You also have to realize that just because you didn't get in a certain company, you shouldn't feel too bad about it because the world is your oyster and there are so much companies looking for individuals like you. So if you don't get that dream internship from your dream company, then it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Who knows, you might actually be working there in the future, which is so much better than an internship. So that sums up my tips and tricks video. So if you guys have any other questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much and bye!